In this video, I'm going to share some of my favorite ways to cut calories out of my day without feel like I'm going without or without being so hungry. These are not idealistic eating strategies. I will save that for another video. This is just for an everyday person who's trying to lose weight or actually manage their weight is really more correct, but we'll go with lose weight for now. To find some strategies that you can do every day. They're small, but they add up over time. And after a while, they help you make better and better food choices and help you manage your weight in the long run. I am not a healthcare professional. I'm a 60-year-old woman. Hello, I'm Ave, and this is Life in Flowers. And I'm a person who's been on a diet since 3rd grade. And I'm not kidding about that. It's been a long road. I've learned a lot along the way. I would love to share my tips with you, and I really hope that this is helpful. I'm going to make more videos about this whole month of January because I know this is such a common struggle. This video is going to be easy ways to cut calories, so let's get started. Some of these tips are going to require you to look at the side of packaging and check the calorie counts, or look up calories of something online. And honestly, this is something that will only benefit you in the long run. It will help you manage your weight in the long term. All right, tip number 1, identify your weaknesses and find some lower calorie substitutions. So what I mean is, are you a snacker? Are you eating in the car, maybe on your way home because you have a long and boring commute? Are you having trouble with portion control? You don't, stop eating and you just keep on eating. So identify those patterns. What are they? And find ways that you're not really breaking the pattern, which of course is ideal, but this is a little easier. And again, it's a baby step. Find something that has less calories. So if you love cookies, maybe you find some lower calorie alternatives like graham crackers, Nilla wafers, ginger snaps. Those kind of cookies are relatively lower in calories. Things like rice cakes. There's chocolate flavored rice cakes, caramel corn rice cakes. Maybe you don't like rice cakes, but in any case, find something that you like that kind of takes the place of that and has fewer calories. Dry cereal is a great one. This was one of my favorites when I was younger because I really had a sweet tooth when I was younger. And I would just munch on dry cereal and you get quite a volume of it and some good snacking activity for relatively fewer calories. If it's ice cream, check the calorie counts on the side of the ice creams. They vary significantly. Maybe choose a lower calorie one. Or you could whip up a fruit sorbet. I made a video about snacks under 200 calories. I will link it below, but basically you just blend up some frozen fruit with a little bit of juice. Don't go too heavy on the juice or water. And it's delicious and can kind of satisfy that cold, icy, sweet craving. Another thing I used to do, this sounds kind of crazy, but even just some whipped cream with a little bit of fruit on it, or you put a little whipped cream on that sorbet and make it really special. I happen to love fruit pies too. Most of the calories are in the crust because of the fat. I'm going to go into that in a minute, but it's really the cooked fruit that I love. Cooked fruit is delicious. It's naturally sweet. You can even put a little bit of sugar in there if you want to, or just go with the natural sugar in the fruit, but you cook it down a little bit and then it's warm. I love to do apples and I put a little cinnamon. That's also in my 200 calorie, under 200 calorie snack video that I'm going to link below. Hot chocolate is another great one. Maybe you are a chocolate lover, aren't we all? Well, maybe not all of us, but many of us. A packet of hot chocolate has 100 calories. That's a lot of sipping time and deliciousness for 100 calories. Maybe you love savory snacks, air-popped popcorn. They're also making the rice cakes in like cheddar cheese flavor and white cheddar flavor. Those are actually delicious. Start looking for those kinds of snacks. Anything with air in them is going to be lower calorie. You can save hundreds of calories a day this way, and these add up over time. One great thing about watching your weight and keeping track of calories is that better is better. You don't have to make giant leaps in the beginning. If you're consuming fewer calories during the day, you're going to be taking steps in the right direction. If quantity is your issue, like, you just like to kind of keep on eating, that happens to me sometimes. Some low calorie alternatives that you can add into your meals or even substitute your meals, whichever works best for you, customize this for yourself, are things like soup. Many types of soup have very few calories in them, and you can eat an entire can often for 200 calories or less, and it's very filling. Again, you could add this to a meal as your second helping rather than going in for another big plate of pasta, or you could substitute it for another meal. Another thing I love to do is kind of cut my meals with vegetables. So for example, if I'm going to eat pasta, I will eat only half of the pasta and instead mix in some non-starchy vegetables like green beans or zucchini, even broccoli. And before you poo-poo this, just try it. If it's a stronger, saucy kind of a food like pasta or chili, you barely notice the difference. You're saving calories and getting another helping of vegetables in for the day. Spinach is great for this. You can get fancy and spiralized zucchini if you want. I've done that and it's great. But you can also just kind of throw in frozen vegetables or canned vegetables just to make it easy on yourself. Because making it easy on yourself is another secret to having success in choosing these other kinds of foods. And when you find some of your favorites, stock them up in your cupboard. Make sure they're there for you so that when you're feeling not so strong and you know you're gonna start eating something, you can easily go get your lower calorie snacks. I would suggest to allow yourself to go ahead and munch on these. Even if you overeat them a little bit, you're gonna feel full, usually with more fiber or vegetables. And it kind of helps train you away from those higher calorie snacks. I've eaten half a bag of rice cakes before. It's kind of embarrassing, and that was probably 350 calories, but it gave me a long time of snacking for relatively fewer calories than, say, had I eaten cookies or candy. Reducing your fat intake is one of the best ways to reduce your daily calorie intake. Look at these amounts of fats and the calories that they have. Fat is very calorie dense. It is 9 calories per gram compared to protein and carbohydrates, which is only 4 calories per gram. So that is over twice the calories. It's so concentrated. Of course, this is wonderful if you're, hand plowing a field or something, but now in modern life, we just don't need that many calories. So cutting fat is a great way to do this. Here's some easy ways to do it. Let's say, for example, you like to eat a fast food burger, or any burger for that matter. Just get one fat. Get either the cheese or the mayonnaise or the sauce, but not all three. It's crazy how many fats they pile on burgers these days, and you really don't need it. Don't forget, this is marketing, Everybody's trying to get you to buy something, so they're just plying you with all this, yes, we're adding even more cheese. You don't need all that cheese. It's delicious with one slice of cheese and maybe some lettuce and tomato or pickle or whatever else you like. And the other condiments like ketchup is high in sugar, but is fewer calories than, say, mayonnaise. And mustard is actually kind of good for you and has very few calories. So think about these other kinds of switches that you can make, reduce those fats, and enjoy some of the other condiments, and you can still enjoy your burger, but you could easily shave 200 or 300 or 400 calories off of a burger just by reducing the fats. This goes the same for burritos, sandwiches, or anything like that. Enjoy one fat. And don't forget, avocado is a fat. There are plenty of wonderful, healthy fats out there, and that's great, but they are still a fat. Since avocado is healthy, I will usually choose my fat to be a healthy fat. Like I love, say, some avocados on a turkey sandwich, and I don't put the mayonnaise. Or on a burrito, maybe you want to get some calcium, you go ahead and you get the cheese, but you don't use the aioli sauce that they're going to put on there or the avocado because you've already got your one fat, and that's the cheese. There are lots of wonderful condiments. For example, salsa. Salsa has virtually no calories, is very healthy because of all the fresh tomatoes and fresh onions and fresh herbs, and it's delicious with hardly any calories. Where the guacamole is, yes, it's a healthy fat, but it is significant. But I get excited about this stuff. But the avocado does have significantly more calories. So maybe you have 1 or 2 chips with guacamole on it and the rest you have salsa, or maybe you even cut your guacamole with salsa and you still have a delicious Tex-Mex kind of a dip with half the calories. Something else I love to do is cut creamy dressings in half with either vinegar or lemon juice. You can do this with blue cheese dressing or ranch dressing. Now, I will usually just put olive oil and vinegar on my salads, but if you love that creamy dressing, or maybe you're making a dip for vegetables, cut it with some vinegar and lemon juice. It's still delicious, and you're virtually cutting those calories in half. If half is too much for you, fine, cut it by 25%. You're still cutting calories, and those calories add up over time. And if you're cooking, does it really need 2 sticks of butter? Oh my gosh, I watch cooking shows and I just cringe when I see people cooking with like 2 sticks of butter. Does it really need that? I mean, some things do need that, and that's fine. But for example, mashed potatoes, they're still delicious with a half a stick of butter. And there's lots of other examples like that. Just kind of think about it. Try your recipe. If you think it will still work, cut the butter in half. See how you like it. You will be saving so many calories. Butter is 100 calories a tablespoon. Look how much this is. It's so caloric, just like all the other fats. So cutting those fats, even if you're just cutting them a little, you're still cutting a lot of calories out of your daily diet. Or maybe you love a mocha. Check out the calories of a Starbucks mocha. Something else you could do is put a half a pack of hot chocolate or even a whole pack of hot chocolate in your coffee, and you're still saving calories and you're having that delicious chocolatey coffee flavor. Maybe you love sugary sodas. Try mixing in some diet soda with your regular cola. I am to the point, well, I've always loved diet soda. As I said, I've been on a diet since 3rd grade. Does anyone remember Tab and Fresca? That's what I drank as a teenager. And, these drinks are probably not very good for you. But if you are drinking a lot of sugary soda, try having it with a diet soda. See if you like it. I'm to the point where I love to be able to get my own drink at a soda fountain because I fill it up with diet soda and then I just put in like a splash of Dr. Pepper or a splash of Coca-Cola or root beer, and it's so delicious to me. It's like a special treat, and it is a fraction of the calories of drinking the entire sugared cola. You get the idea. By finding some substitutions for the higher calorie foods that you're consuming, you can cut hundreds of calories out of your day easily and without, feeling like you're being deprived. These are small steps that little by little reduce those calories. They get you in the habit of not requiring such a sweet and creamy taste in your mouth, and you make better and better decisions over the long term. There are 3,500 calories in a pound. So if you could just shave off 500 calories a day, you would lose 1 pound in 1 week with barely even trying. Or maybe you're only shaving 250 calories off. You're still losing a pound in 2 weeks, again, without even trying. These little calorie reductions really add up and can really be beneficial in helping you achieve and maintain your ideal weight over time. You can apply this to when you're eating out in a restaurant by having your dressing on the side for your salad dressing and maybe asking for a little vinegar so you can kind of cut it and make it a little bit less. You can just dip your fork in the dressing and then get a piece of lettuce so that you still get that flavor of the dressing, but your salad isn't coated in the dressing. Also, choosing marinara sauce for pasta over a cream sauce saves lots and lots of calories for that same reason. You're cutting the fat. Marinara does have some sugar in it, but it generally has much less fat. So these kinds of choices that you make, again, they just add up over time and help you achieve a lifestyle that supports a healthy weight for you. There's a great book out there called Eat This, Not That, that really goes into detail about this topic. I will see if I can find it and link it below. And I just want to say in these videos, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I understand how frustrating it is. I know that feeling of failure very well, but not in a long, long time. Over time, I started making these changes in my life, and I'm not thin, but I'm within a healthy weight. I'm about to tip over. I'm a little heavy right now. I need to lose a few pounds. But for the most part, for 30 years, just by doing these kinds of little things, and some other things that I'll be talking about in other videos, I have learned to maintain my weight pretty well. And if I can do it, you can do it. Just don't be discouraged. That's your biggest enemy right there, is being discouraged. And I know it's hard, but just try not to be discouraged. You're worth it and you can do it. This subject is passionate to me because, like I said, I had a weight problem at a young age, but it encouraged me to do a lot of learning. I'm going to make more videos on this. And if I can help anybody get a handle on this, it would make me so happy. So if you have any questions or comments, or you have favorite calorie reduction strategies that you would like to share, please leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day.